You've probably heard the common advice on how to speed up labor, like movement, changing positions, and these are all really effective. I don't want to downplay them, but there are a few tricks I bet you haven't heard of. They're a little weird, but they actually help. These are the ones that make you go, what? That works? Yes, they do, and today I'm going to share them with you. But first, my name is Maria. I'm a Lamaze certified childbirth educator and owner of the app Natural Birth by Echo, a free resource with all of the tips and tricks you need to make your unmedicated birth a positive one. Okay, the first weird, unconventional tool to speed up labor is clary sage. And I know, essential oils are a scam, but there was a study, I'll link it below, actual science, that showed that term pregnant women who were given a clary sage foot bath had higher levels of salivary oxytocin. Why is this important? Oxytocin is the hormone responsible for contractions. So when you increase your oxytocin, as these ladies did in the study, you also increase the strength and efficiency of your contractions and you have a faster labor. It all starts with clary sage. And just from my own experience working with women, I had a client recently who really wanted a fast labor. I told her about clary sage, so she put a few drops in her bath water. She had a nice soak. Later that afternoon, she starts having contractions and her baby was born 3 hours later. Her oxytocin was boosted by the clary sage, so once contractions started, they were strong, they were efficient, and her baby was born very quickly. As a reminder, please use essential oils safely, follow the guidelines as they are quite potent, and if you want a complete guide on how to use clary sage and other essential oils for a faster and easier birth, that's all included in the Echo Natural Birth course. I'll link it below. And the second weirdly effective thing you can do for a faster birth is baking soda. Drink baking soda. How does baking soda, of all things, work to speed up labor? Let's go back to high school chemistry. You have an acid and a base. When you work your muscles really hard, it produces lactic acid, which is why you feel tired and sore after a day at the gym, because of all of this acidic buildup. The uterus is a muscle like any other, and during labor, the uterus works really hard to contract, and it produces a ton of that lactic acid. So after hours and hours of contracting and laboring, guess what? Your uterus grows tired and sore, and your contractions will not be as effective because of all of that lactic acid built up over time. But remember what balances an acid? A base. And you can find a base in the form of baking soda. It sounds weird, but hear me out. A study was done where women drank a baking soda mixture, just a 1/4 teaspoon in early labor, and when compared to women in the control group, the baking soda moms had faster labors and higher rates of spontaneous vaginal births. Their bodies just worked more efficiently because their uterine muscles didn't have this acidic buildup. They didn't grow as tired and sore, and they labored stronger and more efficiently. And from personal experience, when I was in early labor, I had my labor aid cocktail from the Echo Natural Birth course handbook, and something worked because active labor was only 3 hours and I had plenty of energy the entire time. So baking soda, it works. Don't overdo it though, because it will cause diarrhea. Just a 1/4 teaspoon is fine. And if you want to get my labor aid cocktail recipe with all the ingredients you need for a faster, easier birth, the Echo Natural Birth course handbook is exactly what you want, and that's linked below. The next weird but oddly effective hack for a faster labor is warm feet. That's right, it's as simple as putting on a pair of fuzzy socks. Now, as an evidence-based birth coach, I am obligated to tell you that at the time of this video's recording, there is not a big study on why this works, but the anecdotal evidence is strong. I can't not tell you about it. Midwives swear by simply keeping mom's feet cozy. And it's not like there are any downsides to just wearing socks. So worst case scenario, it doesn't work, right? My theory as to why warm feet is effective is because, think about it, a warm foot bath is soothing, or warming your toes by the fire. We instinctively warm our feet as a way to relax. When in labor, relaxation is what keeps everything going smoothly. When you're not relaxed, your body thinks, oh no, I'm in danger, and it releases hormones, catecholamines, to shut labor down. It's a survival mechanism. So by staying relaxed, you keep the catecholamines at bay, which is why I think warm feet contribute to a faster birth. If you have another theory, put it in the comments because I'm very curious and I would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, those were the 3 kind of weird but still effective tricks to have a faster labor if you want to have an easier labor. My favorite coping tools that I used at my hospital birth and my home birth are in this video right here, so check it out, and I will see you next time.